When you look at your top four wide receivers, each one of them brings something a little different. But in your mind, what do you think makes that group unique and special and kind of challenge for defenses to deal with?
I think the challenge is each one of them does bring something a little unique, and they're all different, and yet they all have great playmaking ability. And it's been cool. That was a fun game to see everyone kind of rolling and into it, and having the opportunities to make plays and then taking advantage of them.
How much has having Quintez changed the dynamic of what you can do offensively?
I don't know that it changed us as much as what we can do, as much as he's got great personality, and he's such a unselfish and kind of anything I can do for the team. I think that's probably changed us more than what we've been able to do is kind of an approach to doing it.
Joe, you've always been hesitant to really go out on a limb and say how good your offensive line is going to be before the season.
Yeah.
But now that you've seen him for pretty much half the season, how do you think this crew has developed, given that you had to replace some pretty good players from last year?
Sometimes I like them and sometimes I don't.
You like them right now?
I always love them. And we're continuing to get better. We're grinding and we're taking steps, and we're not using this part of the season to kind of be satisfied. And so I'm pushing them. I do think we still need to make some strides, and I think we will. But they are an awesome group to be around, and they're all in for one another. And I couldn't ask more from that group. But yeah, sometimes they get on my nerves by what they do on the field, not by who they are. And sometimes, man, I could always can't be more proud of that group. They're a good group.
How has the pass pro been? Because
they've been good. They really have. We had I kind of considered a mental error right before the half, and then other than that, we kind of got a little sloppy on a couple inside by the guards, and other than that, we were pretty good. And that's going to get challenged every week, and we got to be good because that team did a heck of a job at times, taking away the run and being able to go to the pass and know you can protect, and that's been a really good thing, and we've taken advantage of those pass opportunities.
Seems like you guys have been able to stack things like concepts and add new plays and different formations, things like that each week. Have you been happy with this group, how they've handled new things each week and put them in practice?
I have. They embrace that. They don't. It's not like, oh, I can only do this or I don't like that. They're really open to kind of trying things, and they know we're going to try to work our tails off to put them in a good position to succeed. And sometimes you got plays that are kind of coming along, and you get to the week and you're like, not ready yet. And then you get to the next week and you go, okay, that looked better. Let's get that one going. And so sometimes we've been working on plays for a while that don't always show up that week, but they might show up a couple weeks down the line. But I really appreciate the way this group works together and kind of embraces new things and tries to make them go.
So with David Moorman, it looks like he got some reps at right guard
did.
On Saturday. Is he going to be part of that rotation now with the in there?
That's kind of the push and trying to just match up and get guys out there. I still believe there are certain players that benefit the most from not having to take every snap, but David's played well. He actually played really well in that game, and so been happy about his progress. And he just kind of keeps plugging, and he's that guy you can't get rid of David. You know what I mean? I guess at the end of this year we might have to, but I'm not going to say that for sure. But he really does work his tail off, and so when there's a chance to reward guys for playing well, we'll keep doing that.
Joe, for the longest time, defensive line coaches like to rotate a lot of guys through, but offensive line coaches wanted to have their top five play all game, chemistry, whatever it was. But that philosophy for old coaches has changed now. When did that start to change in your mind where you didn't mind, hey, maybe I'll split these guys at guard or these guys at tackle?
Well, I think me personally, I think that you still would like to go with five guys and play them. Like if I was getting taken out, I'd probably would have thrown a fit. You know what I mean? And that's where I love and appreciate these guys. It started last year. It started with Dietz and Cole, and they knew they needed each other, and it was an awesome relationship. That's like what college football should all be about, right there. Like two guys that care about each other and the team more than themselves, and they're going to go out and do that together. And I think that's what exists right now at the guard position, and I think that's why we do those things. But, you know, ideally you'd love to roll with 5 and be able to have those guys just be confident lining up one and next to each other. It's a lot more work to play more guys, but you know what? It's okay. These guys are making those things work.
Back when you played, it was pretty much, unless injury, it was that starting 5, correct? For the most part?
Yeah, I think we had a little bit of a rotation with Tyler Adam and Steve Stark
Okay.
way back then.
Okay.
I think it's always like, sometimes you have that next lineman that you need to kind of get ready. We've done it sometimes with the big tight ends.
Yep.
You know, we did it with Cole and you're a little bit like that. Then we did it with Bruss a little bit. And so like different ways you got to kind of keep guys coming along and getting reps. And but this is more kind of symbiotic than just trying to get a guy ready.
You mentioned Bruss. Is he a valuable commodity for getting out on the edge, whether it's a jet sweep or a screen, because of his mobility to get down the field?
Yeah, he did a heck of a job on that. He really sold out and made that play big. Him and Quintez both, and KP obviously finishing the run. But he's different in that respect. You know, he's got position flexibility. He's been doing a good job for us.